Greetings and welcome to our tute. In this tute we'll be showing you different formats that you can save your document as and how to print high quality images from Photoshop. Before we get into the formats, there's a few things that you should know: compression, transparency, layers and alpha channels. Compression determines how much space your file will take up on your storage device and can come in two forms: lossy and lossless. Lossy composition often removes information from the file permanently upon saving. This reduces the document size. These formats must be used for final and completed documents, and is best to keep original files to avoid losing any important information in case you need to make alterations. Lossless is where almost all of the information in the document is maintained and is not lost during saving. This also means that the file is bigger. These formats should be used when you still need to edit the file and should be used as your master document. Transparency is where you can see what's behind the document and is achieved through empty pixels in an image. And you may also see it on Photoshop as a grey and white checkerboard. Transparency may be used to create textures or sprites that have no solid background. Alpha channels hold complex masking information. You may use masking in Photoshop to create clipping effects or advanced transparency techniques. These also affect transparency in certain formats. When you work in Photoshop, you may be required to work with layers. These layers are often lost in some file formats and may make editing the image after saving almost impossible. Now onto the file formats themselves. Formats come in different form and perform differently. They all need to suit different roles and jobs, and it's best you know all that you can about them. For this tutorial, we'll be showing you the ones you will be working with most this semester: JPEGs, PSDs, GIFs, PDFs, PNGs, and BMPs.
Okay, so let's talk about the print screen, which you can access from the File menu or by pressing Command P. Photoshop is full of advanced features that let you customize every aspect of the file you will print, from the position of the image on the page to its size, color, printing mode, and more. It's important to note that this window may look different in your home computer. So, at the top of the window, we have the Printer Setup section. Here, you can select a printer from the various printers Photoshop detects. You can also select how many copies of the image you want, whether you want the image in portrait or landscape, and you can adjust print settings, which brings up your operating system's print dialog, where you can adjust different settings. The next section is color management. This section lets you decide whether you want the printer to manage color or if you want Photoshop to manage color. We personally recommend that Photoshop does the color management. The description panel is a tooltip that describes the various functions of the print window. Position and size, as its name implies, lets you position the image relative to the page, as well as its scale. So for example, if we click 50%, oh, things happen. Was displaying pixel density and letting you choose a unit of measurement. Printing marks let you add various corner crops and such things that enhance your print and let it, for example, if you want to cut your print with scissors or something, those print marks can be useful. So these are really the basic print settings you need to get started with printing with Photoshop, and is only a passing glance through the printing power of Photoshop. The cool thing about the software is that the print window is extremely sophisticated and lets you change all sorts of settings in order to achieve the maximal image quality for the various printing tasks people use Photoshop for. It's really deserving of one, if not several, tutorials of its own, and is really beyond the scope of this tutorial.